Hello, SQL lovers. Welcome to today's section. Now that we have completed the lesson on SQL data manipulation, it's time to tackle the exercise I shared earlier. This is your chance to see how the concepts we have learned, insert into, update, delete, truncate, and drop are applied in real-world scenarios. In this section, I will walk you through each question step by step, explaining the logic behind the commands and how to write them effectively. Whether you solved the exercise already or you're still working on it, this video will help solidify your understanding of SQL commands and boost your confidence. Let's dive in and solve these questions together. So, the scenario we were given, you work at a bank and manage the accounts table. This table stores information about each customer's account, including account ID, customer name, account type, balance, and status. So in the status column, we are given that what is needed in that column is active or closed. So in this, we're going to use the check constraint to be able to achieve this, all right? So this is our table structure. So let's go ahead and create our table first, all right? So for us to create the table, so this is our table structure. We'll be looking at it. Okay, so create table. What's the name of the table we want? Accounts table. Account. What column do we need? We need this column. We want it to be varchar. Let's give it 200, comma. So what other column do we want? Customer name. This is our second table. Column. Let's give it varchar 2. Let's just do this. Comma. We want account type. Let's give it varchar 2. Sorry. Varchar. Let's give it 20, comma. Then we want balance. The balance column, we want it to be decimal. It wants 10 digits, 2 decimal places. Then let's do account status. Account status. Let's do varchar. Let's do 22. So this is where we need to apply the check constraint, all right? So what we are checking, we want to make sure that the only input acceptable in this column is active or close. Oh, sorry. Account status. Sorry. So we want only active and close. And then want close. So active, okay. Then we close our bracket and close the first one we created. So this will create our table. Completed successfully. So Let's check our table structure. Select star from, what's the name of our table account? So let's see if it has been created successfully, right? So you see, this is the table structure we are given. So we've already created the table structure, so we are ready to dive in to the exercises given to us. So the number one task says, add a new account with the following details. So this is what we're going to add to our table, right? So let's see. So for us to create this, we'll use the keyword insert into which table account table. What do we want to insert? We want to insert account ID. You specify the name of the column first, customer name, account type, balance, account status. Let's copy from here. So these are the columns we want. Then let's put the value into the columns, all right? So values, they told us that the customer ID is 201. So the second one, customer name, Christiana Izame. The third one, the type of account, that's savings. The fourth one, the balance. Then the account status. So these are all we need to create this, to insert this value into our table. One row affected. So it means we've already successfully inserted this value in our table. So let's see our table again from account. So you see, we now have value in our table, right? So this solves task number one. Then number two, add another account. So we are asked to add another value in our table, right? To add another value, so because we've already created this before, we'll just copy this, but it's the same thing, right? You just change the values you're imputing. So ID is 202. Customer name is Musa Adamu. Account type is current. Sorry, current. Balance 15. Account status active. Okay, this is good. So let's insert this value too. So we've inserted this value. Let's check our table again. So you see we're having two rows now. Just solve the task number 2. So let's do 3. So number 3 states, increase the balance of Christiana Izami's account ID 201 by 500 Naira. So let's do that. So to increase this account, this is where update keywords come in. So which table are we updating? We're updating account table. Which column? Balance. That's the the column we are updating. Set the balance equal to, so for us to add 500, we'll do balance plus 500. So we have to use the where condition to be able to tell the database, this is the row, or this is the customer we want to increase our balance. So the where condition is very necessary when using the update keyword, all right? So if you watch here now, you see the balance is 500, 5,000. But when we run this, the balance will increase. Let's see, why am I having 0 affected? Let's check. So I didn't add it well. Let's see. Where account ID is 201. Let's see what's hiding. Update account. Set balance equals to balance plus 500. Where account type. Oh, really? Sorry. You see, I used account type, so it will work. Account ID. So always look at the output, right? So you see what the system told me, 0 row affected. So when I saw that, I already know that something is wrong because it has to affect 1 row or more, you see? So this means that this has been achieved, all right? So let's check our table again. So you see, Christiana is now having 5,000 naira. So this solves our tax. So let's check. Let's move to tax number 3, right? Number 4. So this one asks us to change Musa's Adamu account status to close. So Musa's Adamu's account is active, but maybe he closed his account and we want to update it to close. So we update account, set which column? Account status. Account status equals to, what do we want to change it to? Closed. Closed. Where account ID, Musa's account ID, we need it to be able to know what's where. Okay, 202. 202. One row affected. So what means is that Musa's accounts will now change from active to close. Let's check our table. You see? So we've already updated this record. So let's check. Let's treat the next question. That's number 5. So we're asked to update this record at once. So these 2 records, we should add them at once. So you can also add records at once, not only 2, you can add as many as you want, right? At once. So let's see how you can do that. So for us to add this record to our table, so because we've already created this, we don't have to start again, writing it from the beginning. So we use this. All we have to do is just to replace the value inside it. So this one, we are creating Sam Brown. Okay. Then his account type is savings. Then balance is 3,000. His account status is active. So this is done because we have to add another record. We use comma. So remember, you can add as many record as you want and at once, okay? So this 204, customer name Jumokeola. Account type checking. is balance 800. Account status is active. So this, but let's check this check constraint we created, all right? So because when we were creating the table, we said the only record that is acceptable is active and close, right? So let's check if this is working first. So let's, for instance, do this inactive. All right. So let's do sorry, not here. Inactive. That's the account status. That's where we inserted the constraint, right? So if we're doing inactive now, let's see what the system will tell us. We see the insert statement conflicted with the check constraint. So it has already checked because we've already stated this is what we want to input in this column, but it has already checked and it's not seeing active or close. So it will never work, right? So it means that the check constraint is working. So whenever you want to restrict some information or information that are being entered, right? So you can use this. So let's create this. You see, it worked now. So we've inserted 2 records again. So let's check our table. So you see, we're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 records. So this solves our question number 5. Let's look at number 6. So this number 6 now. Number 6. So number 6 says, increase the balance by 10% for all accounts where account type is savings and the current balance is less than 4,000. So this is giving us 2 conditions, that we have to increase all the customers' accounts by 10%, but the customers that are eligible are only customers with account type savings and the current balance is less than 4,000, right? So for us to do this, we use the update statement. So we set the accounts. Set which column are we working with? We're working with the balance column, all right? So set balance equals to balance times 1.10, right? That's 10%. Remember our where condition, where account type. For customers to be eligible, the customer must have a savings account, okay? Equals to savings. And we have a second condition, it's not all, but this is and. So it means customer must meet the 2 conditions to be eligible for the 10% increment in the balance. So, and the current balance. So the balance of the customer must be less than 4,000 for the customer to be eligible, all right? So less than 4,000. So this is it. So if you look at this, our data now, so we only have 2 customers with savings accounts. So 2 customers met this condition. And the second condition, account balance must be 4,000. So it's only 1 customer that is a savings account owner and the balance is less than 4,000. So what it means is that it's only Sam Brown that is eligible to get this 10% increment in balance, all right? 1 row affected, okay? So let's check our data now to see Sam Brown's account. So you see, Sam Brown's savings account increased by 3,000. Is now by 10%. Is now 3,300. All right. So this solves our question. Okay. So let's check the next question. Number 7. So number 7 question is what we're about to solve now. So it says remove all records where account type is checking and balance is below 1,000, right? So we're going to remove this. We have 2 conditions to meet here. If your account type is checking and your balance is below 1,000, we want to remove it. So when we want to remove a row, we use the delete keyword, right? delete. Which table do you want to delete from? Want to delete from accounts. And this place, the where condition is very important, right? Where account type, you're telling the system what you want to be removed. So you have to specify account type is equals to checking. Checking. And then, so if you check here now, we have only account type checking for Jumoke Ola. So even if we have two other customers and maybe one of them, the balance is more than 1,000, it's not going to remove, right? So the balance must be below 1,000 for system to remove it. Okay, so unbalance less than 1,000. So this meets our condition. So you see, so one row affected, meaning that one of the table has been updated. So let's check our table and see. So you see, so we've used the delete keyword to remove the customer that his account type is checking, right? Because we don't have anything like checking. So we removed it. That's how delete keyword work, all right? So let's solve the next question, which is question number 8. So the question number 8 says, remove the record from Sam Brown's account from the table where the account ID is 203. So to remove record or any rule, we always use the delete keyword, all right? From which table do you want to delete? Because you might have many other tables, so you have to specify. Want to delete from account where account ID is equals to 203. So that's for Sam Brown. So let's delete this. Let's run this submit. So once we do this, one row affected. So always check the outputted message so that you will know when there is issue with your query, right? So let's check our table again. So you see we've removed Sam Brown from our table. So let's solve number 9 question. The 9th question says, temporarily clear all records from the accounts table without deleting the table structure. So what this means is that we need our table structure, just delete every information in that table. So this place we use truncate table, right? So which table are we truncating? Accounts table. So once we run this, we only have the table, right, with their columns, but this, if there will be no more information in the table, let's run it. So you see we've done that. Let's check our table again. Star from accounts. Bravo. So we don't have any more information in our table again, and we still have our table structure. So this solved the number 9 question for us, all right? So let's look at number 10. The number 10 question says, it says, permanently delete the accounts table from the database. So we don't want this table anymore. We want to create a new table. So please delete this for us. So for you to delete table, that's where the drop statement comes in, all right? Drop table. Which table do you want to drop? Accounts. So let's delete this table entirely. The structure we created, we want to delete it. All right, command completed successfully. So let's check it again. Bravo. The system is giving us error message. Invalid object name account. So whenever you're trying to search for a table and you're getting this, it means the table does not exist. So in our case now, we've successfully deleted the table as requested, right? So we've finished solving question 1 to 10. Okay. So great job. Following along as we solve this exercise step by step. Whether you got all the answers right or learn something new along the way, remember that every bit of practice takes you closer to mastering SQL. SQL data manipulation is a crucial skill for managing and analyzing data. And I hope this exercise has boosted your confidence in using commands like insert into, update, delete, truncate, and drop effectively. If you still have questions or need further clarification, don't hesitate to reach out or drop a comment. And if you successfully solved the exercise, congratulations on this milestone. Stay tuned for more practice opportunities and walkthroughs. Let's keep growing together. Thank you for watching. See you again next time. Thank you.